Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People FM. My most sincere apologies for starting a bit late. Sorry, it's not easy. Please forgive us. You're welcome to the show. This is where Nigeria's finest conversation takes place. So let's get down to the business very, very quickly. On the hot topic this evening on the Evening Rush. President Bola Tinubu says, Niger coup, I'm holding back ECOWAS, others from military invasion. Tinubu. Yes, Niger coup, I'm holding back ECOWAS, others from military invasion. That's what the president said. Let's move to the next conversation quickly. So, the president said it's too late for Atiku to use Chicago University records against him in Nigerian Election Tribunal. This is what the president told the court. Now, you would recall that the court gave the president until 23rd of August in the US to give a substantial reason why they shouldn't hear Atiku and release the documents, the Chicago State University documents to Atiku Abubakar. And so that's actually what he said. But what's interesting about this conversation, which I'll get to, let us really read and break down, is the response that the court gave, that is the court in Chicago, gave to Atiku Abubakar yesterday. And part of that response read that, well, if we think that, if it is possible that the releasing the results to you or releasing information that you seek, that is subpoenaed for, would help in the tribunal case or in the election, contention that is going on in Nigeria, that it would. Because it did mention in that document that they are unaware if releasing those documents will in any way help in the case before the tribunal. And I'm wondering, okay, all right, we'll get to that later. All right, let's move to the next conversation so I don't get preempted very quickly. So we also have this conversation about the president blaming a clerical error for discrepancies on Chicago University certificate. I think we already dealt with this yesterday, so let's just pass very quickly. Right. Yes, reps demand release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, decries Southeast worsening insecurity. Saying security don't do too much of Southeast, so we're gonna try release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We'll use military force against Niger junta if ECOWAS is still talking. All right, let's go to my conversation. And today was a very sad day as the mass burial of the military personnel or military officers that were killed by bandits took place amid so much cries, so much pain, so much sorrow. About 20 of them were buried today. And that's it. Minister Service Chiefs in Military Cemetery for burial of officers killed in ambush. Let's move to another conversation. Kwankwaso meets Tinubu at Asarok. Waiting you won't go talk about. We do not know. Yeah. And, this very gory image of the burial ceremony where about 2022 soldiers who were killed in Niger State were buried. Lagos, these are hot topics this hour. Let's quickly take a break. I will come back to break down the conversations one at a time. The good thing is that we're having this conversation with you today. So we have all the time to have you have your say. We'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Yes, your sister woman is back. Lagos, Nigeria. You are welcome back. 90.3 Voice of the People FM remains where you are. So, would you tell you already the hot topics that we have for the day? So let's begin to dig into, the flesh of the conversation one at a time. Shall we, Lagos? Yep, very quickly. Let's get there. Okay. All right, Lagos, let's get into the conversation very, very quickly. So, okay, this matter, it gets as it carry weight well, but let's start afresh from the burial of the service chiefs. I mean, let's pay respect to them. So, the burial ceremony of, 22 soldiers of the Nigerian army killed in an ambush by bandits in Niger State, not Niger Republic, Niger State, have been, they've been buried. Yeah, so it took place today. So the burial ceremony took place at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja today, and it was attended by families, friends, senior military personnel, and colleagues of the late officers. Mohammed Badaru, Minister of Defense, Bello Matawele, Minister of State of Defense, Christopher Musa, Chief of Defense Staff, and other service chiefs were also present at the event. And the service chief did swear to revenge the death of these military personnel. Meanwhile, there was so much tears and crying and sorrow as the families, wept for the lives of their loved ones. It was such a very sad event, very, very sad event. In the meantime, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, flag bearer of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, in the February 25th presidential election on Thursday, met with President Bola Tinubu at the Aso Villa in Abuja. Okay, that was yesterday. Yeah. So, so they've still been in talks. They had about 4 hours meeting. Details of the conversation that he had in that meeting are still unknown, but people are wondering what's going on. If, for instance, Kwankwaso is having a major talks with PDP, Atiku Abubakar, which they haven't denied, is just that of the Labour Party that, that Labour Party has cleared, that are not part of that discussion. So why, this meeting? What could be cooking? Well, we do not know, but let's move quickly to other conversations. So the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, today, Friday, insist on engaging military force in restoring the ousted democratically elected president of Republic of Niger, Mohamed Bazoum, to power if all measures fails. That's what they're saying. Meanwhile, the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, is saying that at the meantime, he's trying to calm the military down. The parties involved down. So he said that I'm the one holding back ECOWAS and others from military intervention. He said, if you take ECOWAS aside, other people will react. Those who are outside of our control, I am the one holding those sides back. I am the one holding back ECOWAS. That's what he's saying. So we're looking at how this will, turn out. Of the president of Mali, the military ruler of Mali, is saying that if ECOWAS goes ahead to pull its threat by invading Niger Republic, that Mali, will ensure that they also invade Nigerian capital city. And I'm wondering, hello, waiting with honor. Are we the only ECOWAS? Do you understand? All right. So in that meeting today, the president of ECOWAS had mentioned and said that it is important that, that the fact that are taking Niger's issue serious does not mean that, they had overlooked what other African states who did such thing had done. That is the likes of Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, right? So but they needed to set an example, basically, and that's why this is happening. So Lagos, that's the conversation. So let's go straight to this court issue, right? Okay, so President Bola Tinubu says that Atiku Abubakar attempted to obtain and use his Chicago State University SCU academic records against him at the Election Petitions Tribunal was only a wild goose chase because the Nigerian court was no longer admitting evidence. So the president is basically saying that, the time of admitting evidence is over in the issue. So in the presidential election held on February 25th, Atiku Abubakar finished second. Of course, we know that story. And then we also know how the US had given the president time to, explain or make them understand why exactly they would not give those documents to Atiku Abubakar. Right. And I have a reply here, the reply of the court, the in the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, and this reply was in a re-application of Atiku Abubakar, Chicago State University respondent. I responding to the subpoena, right? So it is titled Respondent Chicago State University, a response to application pursuant, the case file. Yeah. So there's a part of this letter that actually does interest me. I just do hope that I can lay my eyes on it very well. Now, considering the response that the president is giving, saying that it's already too late, where the letter did mention that they do not know, or they are unaware if in fact, let me read the part that they had to respond to Atiku Abubakar. He said the university reserves objection to the scope of discovery sought by Abubakar. Then he said, finally, in the event the court determines to allow any discovery to proceed here, the university urges the court to direct only limited targeted discovery on the university, as leave to issue any discovery has not yet been granted, and that the court's view on what, if any, discovery is appropriated here under the sections of the law I will not mention are not yet known. It says it is premature for the university to raise objections to the scope of the document and information sought by Atiku Abubakar to subpoenas, but without limiting further objection, which the university expressly reserves. Then it says the university notes that the scope and relevancy of certain of Abubakar's requests are clearly inappropriate. For example, Abubakar's document, he stated in, and Abubakar's, so he said Abubakar is seeking, for instance, information on diplomas issued by the university for a 44-year period, and the second subpoena, that is from 1979, and the second subpoena is seeking information on the employment status and reasons for departure of former employee in the university's general counsel office. Now, following this court ruling on the application, should any discovery be permitted, the university will meet any confer promptly and in good faith with Atiku Abubakar. So this is not actually the part I'm looking for. I think I'm looking for the part where they did mention that they were not sure if the releasing the document will in any way support the case that is actually in court at the moment. That's response is somewhere, but the letter is a bit I just hope that I can lay my eyes on it. And so if the university if this response carries the fact that they are unaware, the court is unaware if releasing this document will in any way aid the tribunal proceeding that is already going on in Nigeria. And then the president is saying that, or the president's legal team is saying that it is already too late for Atiku Abubakar to use those documents against him. There's something missing, or there's something fishing, and there's something I don't get. Right? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I just wanted to point out those, but I will dig out that particular line and read it out so that we'll look at it, because the court did mention that in that reply. Let's move to another conversation very quickly, because so I just thought to draw our attention to that, right? Very quickly. So in other news, the House of Representatives ad hoc committee interfacing with relevant security agencies to reduce kidnapping, assassinations, and banditry in Abia communities has called for the release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. The communities are Ijeoma and Omunochi local government areas. Obinna Aguocha and the ad hoc committee basically that requesting and saying that the spate of insecurity in the southeast is just getting too much, and that it's very important that Nnamdi Kanu is released so that this insecurity can calm down a little bit. Lagos 190, let's take your thoughts and reactions on these conversations. I have a lot to say, but I think I'd better start saying them whilst your call is coming in, right? I think that's the best thing to do. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers to call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Oh, by the way, we still had this headline about CSU fraud exposed. Ex-president Chicago State University linked to Bola Tinubu certificate forgery. Oh, by the way, the FBI has said that. The FBI have said that they're going to be probing Chicago State University, right? Because there was a lot that was dug out, in recent times, especially yesterday, about some corruption going on in that particular university. And I'm wondering, okay, all right, let's start taking your calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Lady Precious.
Yes, good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Mr. Oscar. I'm calling from Badagry.
Mr. Oscar, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yes, how's your day going?
Well, I'm still on the day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to quickly talk about the Chicago University and the degree of a thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Sometimes when I listen to this your program, I have some individual continue to lambast and talk about those who have a degree that full a basket that they cannot even do anything about the situation of things, about the difficult situation the country find themselves. Of course, it's true. But sometimes you as a moderator, you need to tell them the role.
No, don't teach me. Don't teach me my job. Just go ahead and make your comment, and don't teach me my job, please.
Okay. I'm not teaching you your
no,
job.
just go ahead and state your mind, but please don't reprimand me in front of my job. I'm doing my job. If you go to your own duty post, I'll not come and tell you how you're doing it. Do you understand?
Take it easy.
I'm not taking it hard. I'm not even talking safe. I don't even have energy to talk. So go ahead.
Okay. I just want to remind those who think pseudo intellectuals and ignorance is the best way to go. I just want to remind them that living in darkness is a person who has not kept his foot on the forward of university is just like a log of wood. What education do in the life of individual is so important that education gives you edge over
what's your point exactly? What is your point?
Yes,
what are you saying?
My point exactly is that let me learn now. My point exactly is that the children of the elite look at how they come up about the forgeries of the results. If the Nigeria courts, I know Nigeria courts, they are garbage in, garbage out. I have never criticized
you can't say that about courts. You can't say that.
Yes, I've never criticized them. Yes. But if that evidence cannot be admitted, that means Nigeria as a country lack integrity. Then the Nobel laureate, the man they call Nobel laureate, they had to ask him. He should have a think of that is Nobel laureate.
No. You don't say that.
Because he's going to have that degree. I think we dug out. He's going to hurt Nigeria to the extreme of darkness. Have a nice day.
Well, hey. You guys will not come and be killing me like this on this job, but calm down now. Take it easy. Please remember to mind your language when you are here. Please, I beg you. All right. So let me go back to that story that I was going to be reading. Tinubu Chicago University liable for discrepancies in my certificate. Yeah, I did tell you that. Well, I think we did mention that yesterday already. How, he had mentioned that, we have to blame Chicago State University for what's going on. Okay, so there's been history of fraud, some fraud revelation on Chicago State University. And I did tell you that, as a matter of fact, the FBI has responded and said that, it is something that it looks like they'll be looking into right now. Especially as it's got to do with a lot. But let me go back to your phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Are you there? All right, phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. So this says, good evening, dear Precious. Thank you. It's unfortunate that those that are meant to defend the country is being killed or are being killed like rats. It's very unfortunate. It's really crazy. We're moving from bad to worst every day. As for dollar wahala, just so you know, it's not only the fuel price that will increase due to high dollar exchange, but every other imported commodities. More so, the statistics given by APC, NBS is, that statistics like, 4.1%, right? You and I know that, up in the country since 2015 till date, and especially in this, thank you. Let me go back to my phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Kego.
Okay, God, you're welcome. Where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, calling from Bush.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to comment on the armies that died
Comment on what?
on the issue. Yeah, the armies that Boko Haram
Oh,
killed.
yes. Oh, bandits. That's what they call them. Oh.
The bandits.
They say it's bandits, yes.
There is no bandit, there is no Boko Haram. All what they are doing is government is doing it. And maybe let me explain myself very well to you. December this year will make it 2 years I was kidnapped along with Sokoto State to Niger Republic. So all the people that is there, they speak English quite alright as we are speaking now. And the money that I paid to rescue, my people paid to rescue me is about 3 million naira ransom to them. And in front of me, they pay a ransom of 10 million naira, in which in my presence they share it because I hear Hausa language, I hear some of Fulani language. But when I went there, I told them that I don't hear Hausa, I don't hear Fulani language. I only base on Igbo language and English language. So they used to speak in Hausa language and Fulani language so that I would not understand what they are saying, but I'm hearing it. So finally, when they brought the money, they share it into three. I'm hearing them in Hausa language, telling that this is for our Oga in our office, that anything they do, they must give them the share. I'm telling you that I'm the person that they kidnapped, not others. I paid a ransom of 3 million naira.
Are you serious?
Now, what they are doing there is the people that they don't want to know the secret that is going in the military or in the police, they will set them up and call the people to kill them and finish up with them.
No. You're saying this on national radio.
Hello?
I say you are saying this on national radio.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I like the fact that you had to share your personal experience, but that was a bit shocking to hear. Well, Lagos phone lines are still open. Let's keep taking your thoughts, your reactions. The last caller was reacting to about 22 army personnel that military personnel that were given mass burial today as a result of the ambush by bandits in Niger State. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Madam President.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm never the call from you.
You're welcome.
My dear, we are in a big hell. We are in a big hell as a nation. Me as a citizen, I've foreseen a lot of irregularity and all manner of certain things happening in society. I sit down and I say to myself, only God in heaven know what is this country is about to be. Only God in heaven. My dear, let's be honest to each other. We are in the hand of people that do not have this country and their hearts at all. We're in the hand. They don't care what is happening. They don't care what is happening. And I'm very, 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 very sorry that the end affected ones, being the citizens, will pay dearly into this. Some will pay with their blood, some will pay with their life, some will pay with all manner of things for things they don't know about. I ask a question. Is it a sin to be a citizen of a Nigeria? I found out that anyone who is a citizen of a Nigeria belongs to Nigeria. Nigeria keeps that person to be a citizen. I ask these elders. Formally, I know that elders defend the land. But today, what my elders are doing, my sister, what my elders are doing, I say, what is all this? Because of power, my elders sell us into nothing. My elders, they insult our ancestors. They say they are people in a slave trade because of Miro and Champagne. But today, the elders today are selling us without collecting nothing. I ask them, what did you do that will affect them? Because the way they are treating Nigerians, like say they are taking revenge against citizens. People are dying here and there like chicken, my dear sister. What is all this? Let them have mercy upon the innocent souls of this land. We are begging them. We are begging them. If we can't eat food, we can't access good education, we can't access good road, we can't access good hospital. Let us have a free, fair and enable society for our citizens. We are begging. I do not go to school. But if I sit down and look at what is happening in this country, I find out that the people are behind these things are educated ones. Then I said to myself, education, is it a case to us or a blessing, my dear? Let's be honest to each other as a nation, as a citizen. Our elders, they are not teaching us fine. They are not teaching us fine. I'm talking out of pain, my dear sister. I'm talking out of pain. People are suffering. Let me end my story here.
Thank you.
Well, God bless you.
I understand you. I had to give you time to rant, right? Sorry about that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Lagos phone lines are still open 0700-903-903-903. If you are watching from YouTube, you can call the WhatsApp line 0700-903-9039. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good
evening to you. Thank you. Welcome.
I'm calling from Arabo.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
I cherish your program.
Thank you.
There's something that I don't like where you are showing to not to speak in the radio. I think all Nigeria saw as I did before in Africa, so that 99% of oil is the military and navy, and nothing happened to it. Is that good to speak in the national radio? You were there where 3 years ago.
Can you help me turn off? Can you help me turn off the volume of your radio set? Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay. We are where most suffer. Tell Nigerians that the Californians they are digging in this Sambisa forest.
The volume of your radio set is still high. I can get a hold back a little bit if you really want to talk to us.
What? Okay. Are you not hearing me here?
It's not about hearing you. There's an echo, and when that echo is there, it's very distorting.
Okay. It's an echo. Is it echoing?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. So, what I'm trying to say is this. I don't want any distraction from anybody who wants to air his view.
Oga, don't teach me my job. Oga, don't teach me my job. If that's just the bottom line of this your talk now, thank you, I appreciate you. You don't come and teach me my job. There is a reason why I stop people from saying things that put people into trouble. Why are you telling me that I should let anybody who wants to say their mind to air their view? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
You see how patient I was with you and I allowed you to land. Do you understand? So the essence of all this your talk is so I should let people say their mind. So after saying your mind and the station is shut down, what then happens? Let's forget about all this. I'm tired of always repeating myself with this every day. Please.
I get you right.
All right, go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is, let me land.
Just comment on the topic that we have. We have discussions that we're looking at. Comment on the topic. Forget about the job. At least you cannot come inside this mic and be doing my job now. Except you want to come and do my job. Then you can comment on the job. Then comment on the topic. We raise the topic for conversation. Go ahead and comment on it, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what I'm commenting is that we have got information about the Americans university, something that's happening. I pray that God will expose every secret things that we are hidden in this country. God will continue to expose it. That's the comment I want to make. And secondly, I want to commend you for hearing. I want to commend you. It's not easy.
It's okay. Thank you. We appreciate you. You don't even have to commend us. We'll still do our job, whether you commend us or not. Thank you.
I must commend you.
No, don't commend. It's fine. Go ahead. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you too. Thank you. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Madam Precious.
Yes, please. You're welcome. What's
Today
your name?
your callers, today, Mr. Easy, your callers want to finish it today.
I don't even get strength. The worst is that I'm not even feeling well, so I don't even have energy to give them back the bus boost today.
Yeah, I can see that from your voice. The thing is, you know why? Don't blame them. Don't blame them because it's paining. And the way they are expressing themselves is to show you how deep the pain is inside them.
So you think that
Actually,
me, I'm not hurt too? Who in this Nigeria of today? Who in this Nigeria of today is not affected with what's happening in Nigeria? Can you guys just talk about the military officers that are giving bad mass burials? That's enough pain to talk about. If we want to put our pain, well, let's talk about pain now. Because seeing pictures of those women crying about their husband and having children who may not even remember what their father looks like and he's dead, that's enough pain to talk about. Women who may just be chased out of the barrack immediately after this, some months after the burial now, and they would not know how to deal with or to cope with the children that they are supposed to have two parents to take care of. So that's enough thing to talk about. Let's forget about whether people are talking or not, please. Because I mean, it's very sad. I watched that burial today, and it just dampened my spirit. It's a very sad
in fact, there's even something I want to say. You see, these are the people that gave their life, that they want to serve the country. And the worst part is, I bet you, nothing, no compensation that will be enough to tackle these people's feeling. On the other hand, again, these people are military, and these killings that has been going on, what is the head of this military? What are they doing in their deaths? The death of their fellow military people. It's because before, if you hear that they kill one military man in an area, the whole area will be shut down. But now the military is as if it's just they're right, like they don't matter. It's like they don't matter. What is the head of the military doing as regards this killing? That's what I want to ask.
Well,
is it that they don't?
One of the service chiefs today said he's going to avenge the death of these people that died. Waiting to see how their death will be avenged. Even if that would that even bring them back to life in any way?
It will not. It will not, because
will it even change it? Will it change the situation of their families? That's another thing.
It will not. It will not. It will not. So these people, I don't know what the government is doing concerning this. This is life. A whole lot of people that have been dying just because military, Boko Haram and all of that. The head of military soldiers supposed to fight for their people, because before when a soldier man dies or they kill a soldier man, the whole place will be shut down. But now nothing happens. I don't just understand. I don't understand what's happening to the military. I don't understand.
All right, I appreciate
that.
That's just my thank you so much for writing down. Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Thank you. Welcome. We did
know. Sorry for your...
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Grateful. Precious, my brother is my name.
All right, welcome.
If me, I refuse to marry wife. Why? Because I don't want to bring anybody in the world, because I see for sure. I see that a lot of things will be happening. But if they allow me to give advice to the people who they bring children in the world, I think nobody should enter there anymore. That is me, personally. Because I don't see reason why people's life are not secure. And now you're talking about their women, their children in the barrack. Immediately they die, they move them out of the place. Who will care for them? Where are they going to go? How much are they be paying the man that the woman is used to sustain the life of the children? So for me, the best thing is people will do not allow your children, anybody to enter military, leave that military, leave everything. Let it be like that. Let everything perish if we cannot solve our problem. You understand? The people that solve the problem, they are the ones that are killing. They are killing them. So let's use that bandit as
nobody is killing anybody, please. Don't say that. Please. I appreciate you.
Who killed the soldiers? Who killed the soldiers?
You said the people that are solving the problem. Who is solving the problem that killed them?
Sorry?
Who is the people that they're supposed to solve the problem that killed them?
No, No, you don't understand me. I said
Okay.
the people that are supposed to solve the problem. People are killing them. People are killing them.
Okay, yeah. The soldiers that are supposed to
killing
solve the
them.
problem, they're now killing them. All
Yes,
right. Okay. Now I get your point.
And why are
Okay.
they killing them? Why are they killing them? If you look into these things, you can see hand of the monkey is that issue. Let me tell you.
That's the saddest part.
Because people are eating bloodish money. You understand?
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's too bad now. Too painful.
Very
Thank
painful.
you.
Very, very, very painful. Very sad. Some of these people are just the only son of their family. Some are breadwinners. Some are some. I don't know. I don't know what will become of those families now that this has happened. I have a few messages here. Yep. This says, good evening, Madam Precious. You are doing, thank you. The Naira crumbles at 9.20 per dollar. Don't remind me of this Naira. Now, you guys cannot come and give me depression today, I beg. He said, in January this year, the CBN injected $15.3 billion to stabilize the Naira. Last week, NNPCL borrowed $3 billion to stabilize the same Naira. Whereas, as in dollar just the chop Naira, Naira just the chop dollar anyhow, He said the same, yeah. He said, whereas with $6 billion, Nigeria can get a brand new refinery. Dangote spent $19 billion to build his refinery, but the federal government has wasted 18.3 billion naira just this year alone in wind goose chase, as it were, to stabilize the naira. Why is the president avoiding conversations about refineries? Oh, he's not. So today, the Minister for States that he's the minister. Perhaps he will be the Minister of Petroleum, right? And the Minister of Gas, right? Because we have Minister of States for Petroleum and the Minister of States for Petroleum Gas. Yes, the two of them visited the Port Harcourt refinery today to, look at the spate of work going on there, and they made promises. So it's not looking like he's evading the issue. Perhaps it's because they want to appoint those who would, look into the issue properly. I guess so. So let's go back to that. They said, is it possible to achieve and stop? Okay. So he said he needs to secure our farmlands and curb insecurity. Matthew from Alaba sent in that message. Matthew, I appreciate you. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening, welcome.
Hello?
Good evening and welcome.
I didn't even know my sister. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome.
Please, you are trying. My name is Mr. Amadi, calling from the.
You're welcome, sir.
To manage people is not easy. So,
it's okay. Don't worry about that. Just go ahead and comment on the topic, sir. I
so what I'm
appreciate
trying to let you know that look at what the way they are killing people in the north. If it's in the east, the key also they will carry the whole armed nation in the country to level the east. That is the injustice that is going on in this country. Unless we sit down, this black level meeting, just to how this country will move forward. But this country will not move forward in this kind of level of hatred and the other denying our rights, thinking that we are moving forward. We are not moving forward. Unless we come together and sit down and talk the way that we move. Look at the way this is going. In the north, nothing happens. They will tell you that they're going to revenge. They are not going to revenge. But if it is in the east, we see them carry the whole army to level that place. You see, this country will not move forward. Coming to the politics, the man that is there has told us that he's not going to tell us anything until we enter there and look at what is going on. So let us watch the whole thing. God will help us in this one. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, let me go to YouTube a bit. See some messages on YouTube. Folder Sako says, my God, Precious said we can't even call them Boko Haram, but bandits. What do you want me to say? Is it not what they used to call them? Okay. The Fulani they hijacked Nigerian system and have dealt a heavy blow on the people. Fear of them has taken over. They can't even call them. Thank you, Fado. I see what you did there, and me too, I did what I did there. I appreciate you. Nosa Omosonwa says, good evening, my people in Nigeria. Thank you from wherever you are. Malfam says, Precious, Nigeria has happened to them. Precious, let lie and deceiving ourselves. Nigeria is, let me not say. Don't say, as a good news says, good evening, Precious. Let the federal government release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and I can tell you that it's Hope Uzodinma holding Kanu. Let him finish his election in Imo State before they will release him. Who told you? Why are you guys? Where are you guys having this imagination from now? All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. No, now. Hello. Good evening. All right, so in a very noisy place. If you're ready to talk to us, please kindly let us know so we bring you on. 0700 903 903 903 remains the number to call, and 0700 903 9039. So we did tell you a couple of stories today that 22 military personnel that were killed or ambushed by bandits were today given mass burials amidst tears from their families. It was such a very horrible event. And I did tell you that, of course, Kwankwaso met with the president yesterday. Oh, by the way, in that burial, I did also say that the president, the defense chiefs did promise to ensure that they avenge the death of these military personnel, so military officers that died. And ECOWAS is saying we'll use military force against Niger if talks fail. That's what they're saying. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu is saying that, well, he's been the one trying to hold the ground and tell ECOWAS to come down with military force. He says, I'm holding back ECOWAS, others from military invasion. That's what he says. And they said reps demand release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, decry Southeast worsening insecurity. The insecurity in the Southeast is worsening. Please release him. And then President Tinubu's team or legal team says it's too late for Atiku to use Chicago University records against me in Nigerian Election Tribunal. It's too late for Atiku to use Chicago University records against me in Nigerian Election Tribunal. So that's the reason. So because of that, don't give it to him. He don't do too late already. He no go need him. That's what the president tells the court. President Tinubu is fighting tooth and nail to prevent public access to his Chicago records. That's what the report says, and not me. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Lagos 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Pretty precious.
Oh, my darling Darlington. Mr. Darling Darlington. Mr. Ola's Darling Darlington. Mr. Darlington, no.
Pretty mama, how are you?
Mr. Darlington, no. Mr. Darlington, your interview has reached high places, so people are shouting. You have mind, though.
Is that what?
I said your interview has reached high places, so people are shouting.
On our program yesterday.
You know the one I'm talking about, right?
I know.
Hey. You need to see. I'll gist you when you come on Monday.
No problem.
Okay.
But,
well
Precious.
Sir?
I am very, very worried, seriously. You see, it has always been respect your leaders, pray for your leaders, continue to wish them well. But please, what is going on between Tinubu and Chicago now? Is there any decency left? Is there anything you can now hold on to? Is there anything you can be proud of as your leader that yes, we have somebody who is presiding over the affairs of Nigeria? What he even said is so annoying. Pressure, you are talking of the president of Nigeria, the hope of the black race, the biggest black nation in the whole world. Are we supposed to have this type of thing for God's sake? Do you know that
all these not just mere allegations? Are all these not just mere allegations?
Hold on. He hasn't denied anything. He's only telling you that it is time bound. That even if they bring it now, it is no longer effect because court has closed receiving evidence.
But the same presidential team have also said that this whole argument about his certification has come up back in the days when he was contesting for Senate and governorship, and the court has been set it aside. And court has set it aside, so it doesn't matter.
Please, precious,
sir.
It did not go this far.
Okay,
that time it was only Lagos State. They closed it. It was done hush. This time around, he has come to national stage where people can now look at him critically. This thing did not go this far. Those days you are talking about, it didn't go this far. Now you can see that the real issues are coming out. And if I know FBI very well, they will close that university. Probe that university, because one of the things article was asked is how did he live or how did he work with that university? He worked with them. How did
he first of all, his academic records as a student, and the second subpoena was on his records as somebody who worked in the university too. So those were the two subpoenas.
That means that university benefited from drug money. That is the real issue. Yes, they benefited from drug money. If not, why are they covering such a thing? Why are they covering such? Yes, why is the FBI interested in that university now? That university must have been covered. They must have benefited from drug money.
How?
Yes, now
that somebody worked.
The Chicago University benefited from drug money. It may not be only the Tinubu. Go and check. That place is a heaven. Is a heaven for these people, this type of group, all these criminal gangs. There are many in Chicago and Miami. I'm telling you authoritatively. Why would they have such a person? That's my question. Why would they be covering him?
No, now, Mr. Darlington, now all this someone is innocent until proven otherwise. Now, why are you saying this? You know better than this now. Why are you saying this on public radio now?
What I'm saying, why the university covering him? That's my question. Why would they be telling us it is not necessary? It will help you. Why can't they release the details? The US is known for openness. Why is that particular university? And why is the FBI saying they are interested in that university now? Oh yeah, since you said that I'm not practicing. Why is the FBI now saying that they are going to?
Because there are other corruption cases that does not even have to do with Nigerian case that have cropped up in the university. So you were making it look like it's our Nigerian case, and I'm telling you no, that there are other corruption cases that came up that doesn't have anything to do with our own Nigerian case that came up, from officials of the university.
Why must Tinubu be involved with that university?
How do you mean?
In the US, why must he be involved with that university?
With a university that is accused of some sort of corruption?
As if what? Please, we are talking of Nigeria here. Our image is at stake. Precious, our image. Every Nigerian should be interested in this matter. Our image is at stake. The last time I checked, the Southwest does not lack educated and intelligent people. Why are they giving us this now? Why?
Oh yeah, Mr. Darlington, come and be go. Your live radio is enough. No. You cannot be hammering accusations that you don't, that are not substantial yet now. No court has proved it now. Are you the competent court that has proved anything? Are you a competent court that has proved anything?
They will not allow court to prove anything now. You saw how they delayed it until they closed evidence. That's why now saying that it's no longer necessary to close evidence. Why didn't you allow this thing to be brought out since they requested for it? Why did you make it difficult for the court to do their job? And you say they have not proven anything. Why can't this thing be released since long ago? Precious, please. What is wrong in releasing this result? Why is it covering it? And you are telling me there is no evidence. What evidence? Please, look, I am no longer interested in this type of. It annoys me seriously. It annoys me. We don't deserve this as Nigeria. We don't. Everything is done.
It's okay now. Come and be going now. You finished talking, Nabi. Can I continue with other calls?
As a Nigerian, are you supposed to be talking about this to a president? A president. We are not talking of ordinary person in this. A president. No, wow. Please.
Come and be going. Bye. Thank you, sir. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Yes, good evening.
Yes, I'm calling you from Maiduguri.
Go ahead, sir. What's your name? Can you tell us, or you want to be anonymous?
I will say it. I don't care. I'm Dan Agbese.
Okay, you're in Maiduguri. How are you reaching us?
Yes.
You're watching from YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
What?
How did you reach us?
Yes, I want to talk about...
Are you watching from YouTube? How are you reaching us from Maiduguri?
I'm watching from YouTube.
All right, go ahead.
I want to talk about two things.
Okay.
That is so wrong with the way in which things are going, especially with the Nigerian army.
Are you a military officer?
Firstly, let's not go there, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't be offended.
You know, my job is to ask questions. My job is to
my immediate younger brother died in Damboa.
Oh my goodness.
between Dambo and Maiduguri on 7th of July, 2001.
Was he into the military?
I was in military. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
He's in special force.
Oh,
they ambushed them, they killed them. There were 52 of them that they killed, but the announcement was that 2 soldiers died.
Hey?
It's so amazing. They announced 2 soldiers were only killed. I was very angry. How will 2 soldiers be killed among those that were going for the escort? And you say my younger brother is among them. What happened? Not that I'm not saying that other competent soldiers are not there, but it just surprised just only when I went to the Kantume in Memalari Barrack, when I asked, did some investigation, I discovered that there were about 52 and they announced it. It's so annoying that they didn't even tell my parents. They announced it for almost 1 month, and at the end of the day, when they finally announced, they started burying them batch by batch. It's so sad to see the coffin in which they put my younger brother, somebody that died for the nation. It's so annoying. It's like this one plywood of 1.4 inches and with katakpo and everything. The cover could not cover. The cover could not even cover it. You can't even bury your goat that died maybe from sickness with that type of coffin.
So sorry.
They dug the hole anyhow. Even the way they carry the coffin and everything, they refuse us to even hold our handset. Nobody should make up. Nobody should do this one. It's so annoying.
When exactly did this happen? If you're speaking from experience, when exactly did it give us dates?
I tell you, say on 7th of July.
What year?
He died around
this year.
It was an ambush around
this year.
2021.
7th of July 2021. How long did it take before they had the mass burial?
It's about 1 month, and it was, I think, on 8th, 10th
of August, next year, the next month rather.
Yes, between those 2 days that we did the burial, either 8th or 10th.
So where were they buried?
Very well.
Since they died, they were ambushed around Maiduguri. Where were they buried?
It was buried in the Malari Barrack, the new grave that they now opened.
The new cemetery.
For soldiers. If you go there, you'll be shocked. You will cry for Nigeria, but nobody can even say it out. Nobody is talking. Then, my second issue is that if you are rehabilitating Boko Haram, in what way are you rehabilitating them? Because a lot of interviews have been going on, even with the NGOs and all these people. Everything is there, but no media is even interested in even all these stories. This country is just so fake that it's as if we are all not school children. That's how fake we are in this country. As if we are nursery school children. Nobody is trying to even, say something. People are so afraid of to die. I used to tell people I'm not afraid of to die. The only problem in which I have is that I have not done anything for my parents that have suffered so much for me. If not,
how are your parents do? How are your parents do after your brother's demise?
What can they do? They can only just cry.
I can imagine.
We are standing attention. We are standing attention. You can't even snap. You can't even. My father didn't even see the corpse. It was only my sister.
So that means you don't have pictures of this. You don't have pictures of this incident at all.
No picture. It's so annoying. I'm so mad every day about it.
Can I call you after the show? Can I reach you after the show for us to talk more about this?
Very well. Very well.
I'll try and contact you. I'd love to. I'd love for you to make out time to unburden your mind. Do you understand? To tell your story, if you can. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
All right. I'll try to contact you after this show. Please take it easy.
No problem.
All right. Please take it easy.
No, bye.
Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Right, okay, so let's go to our messages. Crazy. Okay, good evening, Precious. It's very unfortunate that our leaders are the ones using fake results to hold an office of the government. All this is fault of so-called professional questions for you guys. Just Just free me now. Write what I can read. I know you guys are angry, but consider me in your anger, please. And he says, good evening, madam. My name is Naimeka from Ejigbo. Because of them in pain, I'm in pain. The innocent widows will suffer what they know nothing about because of the bad leadership we have. May God have mercy on this country called Nigeria. Thank you. And then the UC from Ijego says, Precious, this has a lot of skeletons in his cupboard. His story is being told currently in Chicago concerning the soldiers' burial today. It's terrible. The number of widows is increasing on daily basis as a result of this. UC from Ijego. Hello, Madam Precious. This issue of the military being ambushed and killed is a very pathetic one. To me, I believe there is mole amongst the military camp who usually expose most of their plans and strategy to the bandits. May their souls rest in peace. Their souls will rest in peace now, Abby. It's rest in peace. Families will cry. Souls have gone. Okay. And he says, Lawore from Egwuatu says, sometimes I wonder how oh, I'm not going to read. Anyways, have a great weekend, ma. You too. You see, alleged on you too. I'm not going to read. Precious evening. I hope Darlington will not put your station in trouble one day because of his hatred for Tinubu. Darlington called himself a lawyer, but because of his hatred and bitterness for Tinubu, he always forgets about the law. Can you also use the same energy? Yeah, I understand that you like to reprimand Darlington, right? And I like to also read your messages because we have to ensure that you have your voice. But will you also use this energy or 1 minute to also type and commiserate with the families that have lost lives? At least you heard somebody calling now and tearfully narrate what he went through, what his brother went through. Did that touch your heart enough to also say that, oh, my pain and my condolences to the families or our able gallant soldiers who lose their lives? Can you also do that? I appreciate. Hello, good evening to you. All right, I think I lost it. Hello, good evening. Are you there? You're in a very noisy place. Yes, good evening. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Martin Sugubete, calling from Lagos.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This issue of military operating, Madam Precious, people are really thankful. This one I'm talking right now. I have 3 brothers. One is dead. His commandant shot him because he refused to go on this war front. I'm from Ebonyi State.
Shot him how?
He shot him dead. Him dead. Precious, I'm talking to you, ma.
No. Wait. I don't understand what you mean. Like, commander shot somebody to death.
His commandant, he refused to go on the war front. Are you getting me? His commandant shot him dead.
How do you know about that? What's your evidence that it's his commanders that shot him?
Listen to me, ma.
Okay,
listen to me, ma. People who brought the copy back home, that is to the secret was one of the elderly man in my village. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
I have a second brother. The same thing happens to him. After he went on the war front, he borrowed me. Are you getting me?
Go ahead.
Some of his colleagues was dead. Are you getting me?
Go ahead.
Some of his colleagues, listen to me, don't end my call.
I'm not ending
the guy came back and sent down his resignation paper, which his commandant did not approve for that my brother to resign from a military work. Are you getting me? The commander started to threaten the guy now. The guy quickly made his paper and travel out to this country. The guy is in China now. As I'm talking, he's my brother. Are you getting me? The first guy now, which if you die, I will send the number to you. You will call them and confirm all these things.
Because I am worried. I really want to know how you're sure that it is his bosses that shot him.
I think it's my blood brother. I'm talking to you, my blood brother.
Then you guys did not report to their superior officers. That his boss must have a superior officer too. How can you kill your own?
You see, a lot of things is going around in this Nigeria. It's when people are worried when they are called voice of the people like this in the radio station. You see them, they talking. People are really mad in this station. This is the same thing happened to me. My own daddy is a retired military officer. He served 35 years and resigned in Nigeria. I'm talking about both. That is the same thing when I finished my own before I want to enter university. I fought myself that I want to enter into a military. My daddy said, if you try it, I'm the one who will use my hand to kill you. I'm telling you. Which I just listened to a word of a father. I loved that. I later got a ground after school. Are you getting me? A lot of things is happening in this nation, though. When people are talking about what they are passing through, don't just doubt them as if they are just meditating something to quote in the radio station. No, I thank you. Good night.
Good night. All right. Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Ijeoma Egwuatu from Surulere.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. What I will say, I'll comment on the military issues and then another thing. Now, I'm not a military man, but I've been around them and I know much. I know a little. I think there's some basic things about them. Military, for a good military to work, it will be. I'll put it on trade: weaponry, patriotism, and. Now, if that is under mathematics, I can call it 3. If you have 1/3, no military can survive. So, out of the 3 major ones I mentioned, if you have 1/3 or 2/3, you can't get it. So, corruption has infiltrated into the 3 major ones. So, corruption has cost us weaponry. Corruption has cost us bravery. Of course, those other, and then corruption has cost us patriotism. That's why I now have 5th columnist, I believe, in the system that is causing all this issue. The 5th columnist is both those that are inside the personnel and the politicians. Why I want to blame the politicians this time, though I may not have my proof, is that, but I can infer from the past. During the military regime, we were not having this kind of blunder. Now that we're a civilian, well, look at what we're having. So, I personally chose not to be in the military. I did my youth service with the Nigerian military under armor corps section in Bauchi. So, I think I know some things about the military. I choose personally not to go in because of this kind of thing. I didn't want to reach a regimental life that the country cannot value your inputs. Anywhere that the input is not commensurate to the output in terms of recognition, don't think about it. You just die like any other thing. The next 2 minutes, they send their people away from the barracks and life goes on. Now, in the military, mutiny, we copy the Western world about the military system and mutiny. But mutiny can only work when all, like the factors I mentioned, you mentioned that the soldiers are patriotic, good weaponry, and you treat them well. So no one has reason to complain. You cannot maltreat someone and expect the person not to complain. Don't beat a child and expect the child not to cry. So when you beat a soldier, cry, you now say it's mutiny. For what? So that's why they're under all those pressure.
All right,
see the way they are just dying.
I appreciate you.
So I don't support that. It's hello. Now let me make a comment about the president. It's unfortunately, I won't say it's still an allegation, but for me, those that are filing petitions now, I think it's coming a little bit late because they had all the time.
Who told you they filed it late? That late? Would any same person file its application that late?
Some of them are time bound. If I were those contesting now, they will have done underground work. Immediately, the current president picked his form and was the party. That's when they have started digging for this. But the horse has bolted already. Even if it is true, I'm not saying it's not true, but even if it is true, allegedly, the horse has bolted. Now, under the Nigerian constitution, what would they do? It means if you prove this thing beyond reasonable doubt, you're not calling both INEC, SSS, everybody that they don't know what they are doing. That's implication for everybody to have cleared him. Now, like some lawyers have said, even in the past, those matters have come up and were thrown away. So you can't. There's what they call double jeopardy. You can't go back to such a matter again under the same condition in law. It's double jeopardy. That's why if they go throw it out tomorrow again now, Nigerians will start shouting that they have collected bribe. It could be seen as double jeopardy or time-bound issues or lacking status quo. A lot of things are there. Even if you bring the issue back from US, that issue, was it domesticated in our laws? If it's not domesticated, it can't stand. So we should look at it from an open mind. I will advise anybody, let us wait for the next 4 years to do something. I am not a Tinubu supporter, but I'm trying to say the bitter truth. It's not going to stand.
All right, thank you so much. So I can take more calls. Thank you. Okay, so let me read through some messages on YouTube. Miracles Indeed says, this happened exactly to my brother-in-law. Oh, wow. He said, I agree. My brother's speaking now. Oh, wow. And then Fado Sako says, 2 years ago, I made my younger brother to resign the military. And thank goodness I was able to set him up with something else. Domik says, good evening, Precious. You mentioned yesterday you would post a video of you and Mr. Darlington on your YouTube channel. I want to know if you've done that. Yes, I have. That video, you don't want to see it. I've done that and it's on fire. I say, so I can watch and learn. Thank you. Yeah, you can go and watch it. I've posted it. That's what I was telling him is causing a lot of chaos. And then I read a few messages here. This is Precious. What is happening in this country is suffering and smiling, putting division among tribes for their own selfish interests, betraying the democracy with which the people hope for. But there is an adage that says the king always tells the people, see lion coming, and the people will hide and the king will loot the people. But one day the king will the king tells the people, see lion as usual, but the people will tell the king, we didn't see any lion. So Precious, that adage is here already. Uchi. All right, then says, see what is okay, you say you're still watching us from heaven, a minister of defense. Well, you said a lot. I appreciate you, Uchi from heaven. Mark from Agege says, good evening, ma'am. I will keep asking again, why has the issue of the educational document of the #1 public official in Nigeria become an issue? Why is it the president fighting hard to cover it? What is happening? And then this says, Precious, can you just be patient? Right, appreciate you. And this says, Tango, good evening, Madam Precious. Kindly text text what? No, unfortunately you can't have my number. Unfortunately, you can't have my number. I'm sorry, you can't have my number. All right. And then this says, good evening, VOP. It's not news that atrocities happening in Nigeria today are supported by some unpatriotic people and so-called untouchables, though allegedly it's true based on rational thinking and what's happening around us. This is the reason you will hear them say, go to court and time, and they say anytime they are trapped in the web. So truly, you say truly takes such a case anywhere in Nigeria, it will be you sending that message. Let me go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you. Hello,
good evening, Precious.
good evening, welcome. What's your
Good
name,
evening.
sir? Yes, sir, welcome.
I'm calling from Maryland.
Ahmed, you're welcome.
I want to talk about our army officers that lost their lives.
Yes.
May God grant them may God grant their family the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And Precious, are you there?
Yes, so go ahead. I'm here.
Okay, and about the ECOWAS. We use military force in Niger Republic has now become a national case, national anthem to them. They should go and sit down. There's nothing good that will come out of this ECOWAS. This thing. They think if they invade Niger Republic, they will only kill Niger Republic soldiers. Their own soldiers too will lose their lives. So let us keep watching. If they want to invade Niger Republic, let them go ahead. We are watching.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Okay. So Ike from Ilasama just says, my brother was an Air Force officer serving in the North. Has given up on the military. He chatted us up last 2 weeks on a family WhatsApp group chat saying he wants to resign and that nothing gives him joy anymore as a military man. Oh, so sad. And then he says, good evening, Precious. He's a quarrel with Mr. Darlington every time he vents. The guy who called from Maiduguri now confirms and justifies Mr. Darlington's frustration on what is going on in Nigeria. A pure show of shamelessness. So you see, the reason I quarrel with Mr. Darlington is his choice of words. You can vent your anger and you use words that are appropriate for radio. And that's the same reason why you people think I pick on people on the... I'm tired of explaining myself. I cannot be sounding like this now. I'm not a primary school teacher. It's simple. You can speak your mind with decorum and with a language that is radio sensitive. Do you understand? Nobody is stopping you. That's why we're here, to hear your voice. And we appreciate it deeply when you call. But we understand how you feel and the pain. We too understand the pain because we also have families and friends and relatives who are probably being affected by these things. Are we wood? We're not now. So we're also affected. But then you cannot use inappropriate language and expect me to allow you to talk on radio. No, it wouldn't work. I didn't set that rule. That's the rule of the game, right? Just like every game has its role. All right. So Moses from Ijeododo says, Precious, it's the practice. If you refuse the marching order of your commander, you're shot. If not, you shoot the commander. I forgot that part. Oh, wow. Really? And that's why his brother may have been killed, right? Oh, wow. Interesting. And this says, good evening, Precious. Please, it says the president has integrity. By now, with all this allegation hanging on his neck, he should come clean or face it out. Well, you said a lot. I'm sorry, but there's a lot I cannot read when you send messages like this. Good evening, Precious. Please, how can we beg our leaders who instructed the military not to attack Boko Haram bandits to also tell them to stop killing military men? Vera from Oshodi. No leader told you not to attack Boko Haram and bandits. So no, they did not. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Yeah, prep. Yes, prep.
Yes, so good evening.
Good evening, my sister.
This is
Prince Aqua.
Prince, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Now, I was listening and I heard where somebody was saying of what use is it to talk about the education qualification of, if I would, let me not even I'm not gonna be vulgar, of Nigeria's president. Now the thing is this: America is not like Nigeria. For this that Atiku did, got an investigation, and guess what? That school is gonna go down anymore. That school will go down. Most of the schools here are being kind of like being sponsored. They have donors. They don't depend on government.
So government will not have a say. Is that what you're saying?
Much, yes. If it will be investigated, and I don't think the school wants to go down. So definitely the truth will. And as per the judiciary, the judiciary is not controlled by government. Yeah. So there is no,
Unfortunately, I think I'm losing you. Hello, are you there? Hello.
On basics. So nobody is gonna influence them and all that kind of a thing. The truth will prevail. And for me, it doesn't matter if what do you call it, the tribunal is closed or whatever. I want to know the truth.
All right. Okay. Whether it to be useful for the tribunal or not, you're saying that we should just know what it is, right?
You want to know the truth, yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes, and it's so shameful that he will come for nation. I don't even think he will be able to speak. He will be able to speak.
Stop this. It's okay. Oh yeah, be going. Come on, be going. Bye bye. You finish your call. I picked another call. Hello, good evening to you. You're actually calling the wrong WhatsApp.
Hello.
You're calling the wrong WhatsApp. You can call the right WhatsApp, but I just had to pick your call. Go ahead. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sorry, I'm Dominic calling from Austria.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
May God bless you for the day and may God increase your life.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Precious, I want to make an Austria in respect of what's happening in military in Nigeria.
Go ahead.
If you can remember, last year there was a terrorist attack in Vienna, and the guy who arrived, the guy who took this terrorist attack is a resident of Macedonia. He bought the weapon in Slovakia and he did the assassination in Vienna. And it took the police less than 3-4 minutes to gun him down. One of their members was living in Upper Austria, but we call it Lower Upper Austria in English. And this, I'm telling you, was living in Bulgaria Plat, close to a filling station, one of their members. I told you, Precious, for the past 4 days, the whole city of was occupied by military police. Not military, but police. Their height are less than 6-7 feet tall, with a lot of ammunition, the whole city, until they brought that guy down after 6 days. Brought him down, how he was living. I can even took the picture and send it to you, the building. Go and investigate. I'm living not less than 10 minutes to where it happened.
So go ahead.
So Precious,
sir,
the police that did the investigation brought him down, not the military. Precious, I have never seen the military for my 8 years in Austria. I always see the police and more than the military. So I don't see the reason why our military will be fighting a war that is a war that the police should be the one to lead it, equip them and give them all the necessary needs. The police know all these people one by one. Military are meant to protect the border. They are trained to protect the border, not to know anybody. So the police are trained. I'm living in Austria. Sometimes I will go on my way in the train. The police will control me, ask me my card. I give every day they go. So, Pressure, what I want to tell you that our politicians and we call them the hooligan in Nigeria, know what?
No.
But you know my joy in my lifetime, I would like to see Nigeria great again. I've been hoping for this. When I was a child, I was going to school. I was very intelligent. The government were telling me, children, listen to your parents. Try to be a good children. You are the leader of tomorrow. Precious, at my age, I did not see any hope. I left the country. Because I was not the leader, I was the society. Because the society, the crime and the criminal committed. Without the society creating, the criminal cannot commit the crime. So I pray that one day from today that Nigeria will be great again because it is over. The bill that Nigeria is holding in the Precious, I can tell you, I can snap you more than 8 pictures and send you owners of house owned by Nigerians, and I will tell you how much is their rent. Calculate it for you and do it. One person, where did they get the money? But my joy is that is coming and it's starting from the jail. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for calling. All right. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Precious.
Yeah. So, waiting. I do.
Now maybe John Legend from Mushi.
John Legend, you're welcome. Go ahead.
There is only one thing I need to tell you. You see this country called Nigeria, they are pushing us. A day will come, we will explode like an atomic bomb. And nothing can happen. And nobody can do anything about it.
No, don't say
because
that.
Why? Just please let me talk. I am a full Nigerian.
You're a full Nigerian, but mind your language on radio.
You cannot beat a child.
If you want to talk, you know what?
Down.
Hold microphone and stand in front of your street and shout it. Nobody will stop you. But if you want to call on this radio, please mind your language. You hear? That's just all I want to say.
I said you cannot beat a child and say, "Child, don't cry."
And I'm telling you that every game has its own rule, and this is the rule of this game that we're playing here. Do you understand?
Precious.
Let's not argue. I don't have strength. I'm not feeling fine. I don't have energy to fight. Please.
You feel fine.
No. So just please go ahead and say your mind without using words that are not
friendly. Where my mind is lying now is that an exotic car.
He said he did not buy that. Should I play a video where he said he did not buy a car? He said he did not buy a car.
Okay, from the years of Wike at office, have anybody challenged him with that? No. In every there will be an atom of truth. Leave it. Let us stop fooling our We are not kids. I am 52 years now. I'm not a child again. You understand? For him to come out, he say he did not buy a car. From the day they gave him minister, have anyone accused him of anything? Sirika that tell us say in carry plane, go paint them, change the paint, bring am. That day, where is the plane? If you ask Sirika now, tell you say he did not bring any plane. No, where is the plane? Precious. Let me. You see this country. I people say that is a rumor. 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 The palliative.
All right. Can we go? I have to take other calls. I can't let only you talk. Is that fine?
I am telling you that these people have pushed us to the wall to the extent that it is a rumor.
Sorry. I understand how you feel. Hello. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Just how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, for our soldiers who lost their life, it's a pity, but
very pity. As I'm talking to you, the burial ceremony is being played on TV, and yes, the burial ceremony is of course played on TV now, and it's such a sad sight seeing their families cry, and it's such a pity.
So painful. Especially knowing that at the end of the day, the family will not even be taken care of, knowing how our system runs.
That's the problem.
It's so painful, yeah. And what I want to say again is concerning the IPOB and the issue is insecurity in the southeast. My take on this is, you see, no matter how propaganda will continue to go in this country, at the end of the day, the truth will be staring at our face. Our leaders in the southeast, and here I'm talking about the governors, senators, House of Rep, and even the so-called Ohanes and Igbo, they are not doing what they're supposed to do as leaders. They are just propagating and sit and up to this very hour the insecurity is so deteriorated that I don't know. Today they posted something in one of my village group where they have slaughtered a less than 10 years old child. It's so painful to watch.
What village is that?
Okay.
What state?
It's Opo.
In what
Nnewi
state?
South.
Nnewi South.
Is that?
You say Opo in Nnewi South. Nnewi South is in Enugu State, right?
No, Anambra State.
Anambra State. Oh, Anambra State. All right.
Yeah, it's very close to Imo State.
Oh wow. Sorry about that. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
What am I saying? I'm not done. If you can permit me a little time.
Hurry up, please, so that we can talk to others. I mean, people really want to burden their
lives. All right, I will. Okay. I'll just round up. What I'm trying to say is that when we had issue of a Naira coloration or whatever, the governors were not suited with it. They went to challenge the federal government. Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged in Nigeria, and our southeast governors, or even leaders, could not go and challenge the same federal government who are saying that they have to keep him because of security purpose. And because of keeping this guy, there is insecurity deteriorating in the southeast, and the governors cannot even go to court and query or challenge the federal government. This is how insensitive and how we continue to be propagating with human life in Nigeria. We don't value life again. And talking about the certificate issue, anybody who is saying it doesn't matter, we are still going to Supreme Court, and evidence can still be induced. So they should take correction on that.
All right. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
So that is my case.
Thank you. All right. Hello. Good evening. Hello. All right, so let me read through some messages because I have quite a number of them. Apologies. I mean, it's been a very sad day, so forgive my demeanor today. Precious, it's so sad that our gallant soldiers are being wasted. It's a terrible time to be in the military. What's the way out of us in this way out for us in this country? Yet, Chief Obasanjo rose to defend the military at Udi. Then, all our institutions are on their knees. Are we not closer than ever to anarchy. I am sad. Simisala from Lagos State sent in that message. No, we are not. And then Emma from Festac says, it's really sad about the death of these soldiers. And Precious, I can bet you, the more they kill them, the more you and I are open to invasion from outside forces. And the more the actual number are covered up and we are threatened not to speak, the fear becomes real. When a party member can call a radio station to mentally discourage others who speak of their experiences and speaking in order to deter people like Darlington not to expose the rot in the system, at the end of the day, it's setting up the defenseless civilian to harm no matter where they reside in the country. I know you're not feeling because of health. It's because the people are feeling. He said, I know you're not feeling well because of bad health. It's because what people are feeling in this country, that's why you're not feeling well. How did you know? As in, the problem is compounded, like I'm tired. He said, please take it easy. Don't let this country weigh you down. Augustine from Ilasa Maja. Appreciate you, Augustine. That lightened me up. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. So you see these messages people are sending me for help like this. You people should know that me too, I'm not Jesus Christ. Do you understand? All right. Then this is Precious. So on the soldier that was killed, my condolences to the families. Nigeria has happened to them. There are many. You say there are many things rather happening in the army which is not open to the public. Okay. So you had to send condolences to them after I had told you to send condolences after you reprimanded Darlington. And you know that there are many things happening that is not open to the public. And then you also say people should not talk about it, Abi. We should just keep quiet so that we don't talk bad things every time against government, Abi. You know? It's okay. All right, bonsoir, Precious. My name is Engineer Oji Kano from Niger Republic, Benin Republic. Do you know my younger brother who is a military man for 2 years? For years, got accident or had an accident when they went to fight Boko Haram and broke his hand. All his teeth removed. Mrs. Precious, do you know he was abandoned by Nigerian military? I came to Nigeria and met him at Luth with other militaries or military men, and some died there, which they refused to disclose their names and asked my brother. He said is their law, and I took my own blood brother down to my village for proper treatment, and I thank God he is okay now. Oh goodness, see, I did not bargain for this program to end like this with all these revelations. So you people should just consider my mental health. Hello, good evening to you. Oh, sorry, my darling. Forgive me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sorry.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Akuchinya.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say, may God, I'm sending light and love and light to the family that lost their loved ones in military. And I can also remember that I was one area that I attended. That was 2006 in Aruchuku. A family. They came back from Christmas. At the end of the day, they brought the corpse of their son of 23 years old.
23?
We have 22.
Okay.
He was a military man, guy. So we have to join them and bury the guy. I was like, how can a boy of 23 years be in military? He just died like, and no one can for them. All I want to say is this. Our politicians and our leaders, wherever they are, I know they are watching. I know they know what we are passing through. Okay. And I also want to let them know that whatsoever sowing is life, so they shall reap. And someone, he was busy, certainly standing there.
Your line is beginning to get distorted. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Darlington, is he the only one saying the truth? The people sending messages and the people complaining, are they not human? So why are they attacking him? Let them take facing somebody that is saying the truth. I know truth purge us a lot in this country. I know. Whenever you see someone saying the truth is for free. So let them allow somebody to talk. Because we cannot keep on dying in silence. That is all I have to say for now.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay, well, so you guys, I planned another thing for my show today. You guys turned my show to another thing entirely and got everyone so emotional with all of the stories. Well done. Thank you so much. Let me just read a few messages just before I run along on the show today. Yes, a few messages. This says, Godfrey from Surulere says, I condone with the families of the soldiers who lost their lives and many other family incidences or many other similar incidences that are not always reported. Precious, there is a saying that I used to hear from my late mom when I was young, that if someone narrowly escapes a snake bite, that when he sees a mere earthworm, he runs far away from it. But it amazes me that it doesn't apply in our situation today. If not, how can we come out from Buhari's 8 years and continue his legacies as we're told? Come on, Nigerians, you guys, come on. And he says, I think Nigerians deserved more than what the politicians are dishing back in our judgment, in your opinion. But the question then remains, what will the people do about the maltreatment? How will they push back? And will they have the strength after being shaken down up to the pie? Okay, I say, why are corrupt leaders heartless, greedy, and highly selfish to the core? Okay, and then this says, oh wow, this is some message. This is quite lengthy. Can I read all of it? I don't know. Let me get all these messages. Okay, so you said politicians are far from the truth. The prophecies are deceptive, both in cohorts looting the treasury of the land, and citizens are quiet as usual because they love their oppressors differently. But it's time to push back, letting the looters know that the people are not dumb. He said, I think Nigeria deserves more than what the politicians are dishing. All right, I get that. I say, okay, all right, I get that. But yeah, you had sent initial messages and they were very, very lengthy. I appreciate you. Let me take a few calls then before I run along. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. Help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please.
I don't run commode.
Okay, all right.
Precious, good evening. This is Tayo calling from Oba.
You're welcome, Tayo. Go ahead.
Look, I've been living in America since 1978. I went to school there, I worked there, I'm still living there. I'm a citizen of that country. You see, that their Fourth Amendment, they call it right to privacy. They don't violate it though. As I'm talking to you today, the whole Democrats in America, they couldn't lay their hands at the educational record of Donald Trump. They can't. His tax record, they can't. All is.
So how do they know? How if they cannot lay their hands on his tax records, how do they know that he violated taxes?
Only him can get that record.
But that's part of the charges against him, that he violated taxes. So how do they know that? Why are those allegations? Why is tax evasion and all of that as part of
that is their
cases?
Law? It's right to privacy.
And that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. If they cannot actually get evidence that he's actually guilty of tax evasion or tax cuts and all of that, then why are they suing him for it? That's the question I'm asking.
Look, they have evidence now. Leticia, what did they call it, district attorney in New York. When Donald Trump wanted to go and get loan, he will present a very high turnout of his company to get good loan. When to pay tax, he will tell the financial status of his company is minus. All those evidences are there, but still yet they cannot get hold of his tax return. They can't. Only look, if you have children.
So what's your point exactly? Just go ahead. I mean, our time is fast.
What I'm saying is that if you have children, before they turn 18, you can get their record, health record, all these things. Once they turn 18, you, their parents, they will not give it to you.
So what is your point exactly? Go ahead.
What I'm saying is for Mr. Darlington to calm down.
So he should stop
Calm
talking.
down. Yeah, he will make you not get hypertension. They will not release it to anybody. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, I have a few messages here. Good evening. Good evening, and one again, precious. It's quite unfortunate that our leaders have used our agencies to hold them tight, not to go and battle bandits and gunmen. Precious. If people begin to express the experience in military, it be like that person is lying. If I begin to tell you my own experience, you'll be shocked. Precious. Let me end it like that on the road. Thank you so much. And then this says, Madam Precious. That we seem not to understand the level of what's going on in the country. Who told you we don't? All right, I appreciate you, Lagos. This is the size of our package this evening. Thank you so much to everyone who's contributed on the show. We appreciate it. We're sorry it's not been intentional to get tempers, high. Forgive us, right? We just we understand how you feel, right? And we share in your worries and your pains. And we love you, right? And please, whatever you do, protect your sanity and your mental health. Just know that one day, Jejeli, Nigeria go better. I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend.
No further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from